Hey everybody, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Topside engine creeper that I recently purchased from Amazon. If you're looking for an assembly video, that's actually going to be in a separate video. You can find it here or in the end card of this video or in the description section of my video, like always. All right, let's see what kind of quality this thing is. Welcome back, everybody. I have finally bought something that has been in my mental wish list for years. For years, I've wanted one of these and just never wanted to spend the money on them. And as I get older, my knees get angrier, along with my back and everything else. So I finally had an opportunity to buy one of these. More affordable models on Amazon. You can find them on eBay. And I'm excited about it. I think it is going to be great. Before I get too far in this video, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button followed by the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads related to this or any other projects I'm doing. I'm constantly doing stuff like this, and I always revisit items like this. So if you want to know how this thing's been acting up, being more of a budget top engine creeper, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss when I post that video, because I will be revisiting this someday in the future to let you know how it's been holding up. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's dive right into this. Let's talk about some of the features that this thing has. Not only does it have an adjustable pitch for the creeper, so right now it's pitched up a little bit, as you can see on screen there. Now you can also make it completely straight. So depending on your comfort or what you're working on, that may be a useful feature. Not only does it adjust like that, it also adjusts height-wise. Now before I show you the height, for size comparison, if you're curious how tall this thing is, it does give dimensions in the purchasing website wherever you decide to buy it. I will have a link in the description section along with some other helpful information. So check that out if you want more information on this creeper. Now for size, I am about 5'6", so that'll give you a good comparison for size. This is as low as it goes. And this, by pulling these quick release pins, is as high as it goes. Now, I said I'm 5'6", so this is probably about 5'5" for height. But when you're laying on top of a vehicle, this is most likely going to get high enough for anything you're going to be working on. Another awesome feature is the more tools you get, the more room they take up, especially big bulky items like this. This also features a fold and stow option. All you have to do is lift up, pull your pins, and fold it like so. And it takes up a lot less space. It still is a little bit of a bulkier item, but this is a lot better than the alternative of having to leave the legs out. And I'm thinking in the future I might try to modify this a little bit and put some additional casters on the front stubby pieces of the frame so you can roll it around with ease. This thing is super sturdy. It comes with some nice locking casters, making it pretty hard to move. And it has a 400-pound weight limit. So it's gonna hold you, and it's gonna hold any additional parts that you may be reefing on or pulling out of the engine bay. Now another nice feature about this engine topside creeper is this little tool pouch. It's new, so it's hard to get in, but you can put your tools as you're working in this pouch keeping them from falling in the engine bay, etc. Maybe a power tool is a little too big, but you get the idea. Speaking of tool organization, they also offer, for a separate fee, I will add it here so you can see what I'm talking about, a piece that goes underneath a tray that can swing out. I didn't opt for that because I was worried about it making the distance from the engine bay to your hands further away, because there's going to be another tray that sticks down this far, making you have to keep it higher up and further away from the engine. I want to be as close as possible so I can get down and dirty and greasy and get the job done. Another nice thing about these topside creepers is you don't have to use them just in front of the vehicle. The legs on this are designed in a way that you can sneak in between a tire a little bit and still be able to work on one side of the fender if you have to. Like if you're doing brake booster work, you could use this for that. It's going to give you more stability and more comfort. In all honesty though, where this thing shines is directly in front of the vehicle. That is where you're gonna probably use it the most. And if you do a lot of overhead work, you're gonna thank yourself for using this thing. I can't state enough how much more comfort this gives you when you're reaching in the engine bay. You're not having to worry about balancing on the vehicle itself or leaning on fragile plastic pieces in the engine bay, or pushing your belly up against the hood latch. That's my least favorite thing to do when I'm working on vehicles. And if you are lifting a big head out of the vehicle, or a carburetor, an AC pump, a power steering pump, belt work, anything like that, it is going to make the job so much more comfortable. So there's a few key items I'd like to point out about this topside creeper that I really like. And the first thing is that the cornering here, they really kept in mind that your hips are going to be right here. I have yet to bump them. I am fairly new to this creeper. I just have been playing around with it today. But my hips and my sides, this ladder's wide enough where nothing really digs in, and when I do bump it like this, it doesn't dig in, and when I lean over, it's almost impossible to hit them. I'm sure you will hit them as you use them, but they are not sharp in any way. They are very blunt, and the angling was well thought through. I also like that they sent some additional padding for places where your shins could hit or your knees could hit. And the top pad itself is actually really thick and wrapped in a nice vinyl. I'm sure that that will get tears as you use it, like anything else. It's a pretty straightforward piece of equipment, and there's really not too much to complain about. However, I do have one little complaint right out of the gate from playing around with it in my personal garage here, and that is the locking casters. They, I am finding, can be extremely hard to actually get to lock. I'm finding myself having to bend down and push them with my hand. That may be something I or someone else may want to upgrade in the future. Casters really aren't that much money, and it's not that big of a thing to complain about, but it is something you should be aware of, that these locking casters can kind of be a pain, and you may want to upgrade. Other than that, I don't see any issues with this versus a $500–600 one you could buy. I would be curious to see what the more expensive ones are like compared to this one, but for the price, this thing is a home run in my opinion. If you've used the more expensive or affordable creepers like this, tell me what you like about this creeper. Tell me what you don't like about this creeper. I'm genuinely interested in your opinions, and I'm really interested if someone watching this has used the $600–700 ones. I'm curious how they differ from this one, or if they even differ at all. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your experiences are. Thank you so much for watching, and again, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.
Please subscribe to my dad's channel.